What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden, and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to talk about the Chicago Bulls and the Miami Heat game reaction. I firstly want to apologize that I didn't make a video about this yesterday. I was in the process of buying a new microphone. You probably won't be able to tell the difference from where I'm sitting because it probably looks exactly the same considering the red LED light and whatnot. But it is a new microphone, and hopefully it sounds like a good microphone. Anyway, that's the reason why. So there was a day where I didn't have a microphone, so I just didn't want to record on that day. But yeah, we had a Bulls game and against the Miami Heat, and this game was important. On a second night of a back-to-back, a lot of players coming back to return in this game. This felt like a different game. The atmosphere, the way the game was played, and how these players approach the game. Even from Miami, this game felt different for a variety of reasons. But I want to talk about how important a victory like this can be for the Chicago Bulls as we head into what could be a very similar matchup in the play-in tournament. But before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Bulls game today and your play of the game as we win this one 119 to 111. It was a very, very, very close game pretty much throughout the entirety. We didn't have a great start, but we sure as hell picked it up the rest of the way. And I think this Bulls team deserves a massive amount of credit for the way they fought in this game. And I also want to give credit to Miami. Because let's be honest, Miami is a team that causes us problems. I know we've won more times than we've lost against them this season. I actually can't remember a time where they did beat us this season. So if it happened, I'm sorry. I don't remember it. But if it hasn't happened, it makes sense. But they still cause us problems. The way that they play has always caused us problems. But I'm happy to say that I think the way that we play causes them problems as well. Even when they do play a bigger lineup, the Bulls seem to just try to outbully them. And I honestly feel like it works more times than not. And then obviously you get guys like Josh Giddey with an amazing triple-double. You get good bench production from certain guys. All of a sudden, this Bulls team is starting to show everything that they're about. It's a brilliant sight. I honestly cannot lie about that. It's actually amazing to watch this Bulls team in a competitive environment not give an inch and continue to fight the rest of the way. It's that competitive spirit that could get you to win close games, and it's that competitive spirit from a young team especially that could get you to the next level. So, in every sense of the word, I consider this game a massive success for the Chicago Bulls. And it's definitely a lot better of a game than the one we had against Cleveland, where we did a tactical loss and we rested all these guys who suddenly appeared again today against Miami. I don't like those type of losses and I don't like those type of games. This is a game I can be proud of. This is a game I can look at and say, what a victory and what a game as well. Again, Miami brought it back. We had this game in our grasps, and Miami was this close. If they had an extra 2 minutes in this game, we could be talking about a loss here. That's how close they were bringing it to the victory. And by all means, by the time the playing tournament comes, when we face Miami, if we face Miami again, that's definitely something to watch out for. It's a lesson to be learned that no game is too close for Miami to come back from. They will come back and they will try to fight you every tooth and step of the way. That's part of their Heat culture. That's what they do. The Bulls did a great job in managing, and the Bulls did a great job in ending the game. And oh boy, what a shot from our rookie Matas Bazelis. They called it a dagger on social media, and it really was. And the stone cold look on his face as he walked back on the defensive end, knowing full well he made the shot that killed the game with 31 seconds to go. It looked like he's done this every single day of the week. That's the confidence you get with Matas Bazelis. I can honestly sit here and say we picked right in the NBA draft. We picked right. It was an easy choice, but we picked right. I fully believe in this kid, man. I believe he's going to do something really special in this league, whether it's truly just going to be a great player, maybe it's an all-star caliber player. We picked him at 11. So it's still, an unexpected sort of situation that we're in. But honestly, I believe. I believe he's going to progress. I believe he's going to take the next step next season. I believe that confidence is going to grow, and I believe he could be great in this league. I'm fully convinced of this, man. You know, there's not many times I could sit here and truly say that. Probably the last time I could say that about a player that we drafted. I mean, we couldn't even say that about Jimmy Butler until he developed, really. So who did we draft that actually turned out to be fantastic? Maybe Lowry? Lowry, I think Lowry was someone that we all could agree could be something great in this league. He had all the talent in there, but maybe it's Derrick Rose. It could just be Derrick Rose. I mean, I'm not going to say he's going to be the future MVP of the league, Matas Bazelis, but he's someone to be excited about, to say the least. All right, enough about that. Let's talk about how we won the game here. Firstly, what I really did like about the Bulls is we try to get the team stats to kind of show up here. We talked about the fight and the tenacity, which is always a brilliant sight to see. I also loved the Bulls' ability to move the ball. And this is where we give a huge shout out to Josh Giddey, who had a triple double today, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's every day he seems to have a triple double, but his triple double was pretty outstanding. But the Bulls had 33 assists. And to me, that is the key to the victory, because the way that Miami likes to play, they also like to move the ball. There's not a lot of isolation that goes on in Miami. They always have those backdoor cuts and those sneaky layups that they could get, and it can cost you. It really can. So, and I think the best way to counteract that is to kind of do the same things. And I think we did that. I think we played a Miami Heat style game. At least what they used to be with Jimmy Butler on their team. You know, the playmaking was just on point, and it's almost a guarantee when you get 30 plus assists in a game that you're either going to be close in the game or you're going to win the game. And the Bulls did that today, which is fantastic. In terms of everything else, I really did like the Bulls' field goal percentage. It's been something we've been talking for a while about. Their field goal percentage seems to be very elite these days. They shot 51.7% from the field. Essentially, what that means is that more than half of their shots went in. Now, not every game you'll see that. In fact, most games you're going to see around the 40%, 30% range. You know, maybe that's a bad game, but that's what you see most of the time. So when you get into the 50s, that's a brilliant result for you guys and for us. 100% from the free throw line, that's a positive. 46 rebounds. Again, we kind of played the bigger style today, in my opinion, at least, and those rebounds played a big factor in that. But yeah, we even got more blocks, which speaks volumes to just how this game truly went. I think Miami did win the points in the paint battle, but it was very close. So overall, it was a close game between two teams in the same kind of area, and we picked up a victory. Team stats, player stats wise, let's talk about it. Kevin Huerter, 22 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds. If there's anybody you could say is underrated on the Chicago Bulls, it is Kevin Huerter. When I first thought of Kevin Huerter coming into this Chicago Bulls team, the only thing I really thought about was a three-point shooter. Someone that can move off the ball and be dangerous from behind the three-point line, maybe a good catch and shoot threat, almost like a JJ Redick type of guy. I always mention that's exactly what we needed on the team. But not only do you get that with a Kevin Huerter, you do get a catch and shoot guy. You do get a guy that will move without the ball and, you know, be able to shoot a three off the dribble and all these things. You're getting someone who's driving to the rim and finishing as well. You're getting a ball handler. I can't believe it. I didn't look. Maybe it's my own fault for not studying the NBA like everybody else does, but I didn't think of that when I thought of Kevin Huerter. I really didn't. He's proven a lot of people wrong with his ability on the ball to make a difference, make the right play, but also he's making a difference off the ball as well, and even on the defensive end to an extent. Certain games I do see him getting beat more times than not, but the effort that he puts in there it's I'm loving the way that he's playing. And that type of play is probably why he got the money that he got. And you know what? I don't think we should be paying him that if he wants to stay around. But I see why they paid him now, at least. That's all I can say. Bazelis, 17 points and made the hugest bucket of the night. I don't really need to go too much into. I've already talked about Matej Bazelis, so we can move on. Vucevic, 20 points, 8 assists, and 11 rebounds. A near triple-double for Nikola Vucevic as well. He was phenomenal in this game. There were certain moments where he made a big three in the fourth to really help us seal the deal. And there were some effort plays in there from him that I didn't expect. Some offensive rebounds and some bully ball even. We need more of that from Nikola Vucevic, and today we got that. But the 8 assist is phenomenal. How many times can you say, I know Nikola Jokic is in the league, don't get me wrong, but how many times can you sit here and say a center gets 8 assists for your team? Now, he doesn't do that every game, but the fact that he even got that today is a phenomenal return. He had a fantastic game today. Moving on, someone that didn't necessarily have the greatest game is Coby White. Now, Coby White's bad game or at least inefficient game, was 18 points, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. That was Kobe White's inefficient bad game. That's probably one of the worst games we've seen in the month of March and April outside of OKC. That was probably the worst one. Can you sit here and tell me that is a really bad game that he played? It wasn't brilliant, but if that's the worst he plays, I think we could all take that as a victory in his own right. And what I loved about this team is that people stepped up in his bad performance. Vucevic had a near triple-double because Kobe White's performance wasn't that great. Josh Giddey had a near triple-double. And all those performances, yes, you expect them to happen more times than not with some of these guys, but the way that they were able to pick up the slack that Kobe White did sometimes have in this game, it's a team effort at the end of the day. And Kobe White, it goes to show he doesn't need to have a great game every game for this Bulls team to win. Obviously, we talked about Josh Giddey. Do I even need to say he's my player of the game? I don't think I need to say it because I think it speaks volumes with the way that he played. We can move on from that one. Dalen Terry had 6 points in this game. Really nice production off the bench, in all honesty. Our bench in general didn't play that well. Patrick Williams had 4. But look at the minutes that they're getting. It's almost like we played this as a playoff game. 16 minutes for Dalen Terry, 14 minutes for Patrick Williams, 13 minutes for Zach Collins, and the rest got under 10. We played this like a playoff game. We gave our starters the bulk of the minutes, and the bench kind of had some minutes here and there. That's how I feel when it came to this game. We see the bench more times than not play a little bit more, maybe in the 16 to 17 minute ranges. Not today. Today we played this like a playoff game. Even Eric Spoelstra said this is going to feel like a playoff game. And in my opinion, this felt like a playoff game. So congratulations to the Bulls for winning. I'm excited if we face the Heat again because, hey, win or lose, at least I know it's going to be a great game against the Heat if we face them. But if we don't, I wish nothing but the best for the Heat in their future, and the Bulls move on to the Wizards tomorrow. My player of the game is Josh Giddey, as said before. Hopefully his microphone sounds good. It sounded good to me. I hope it sounds good again. Fingers crossed, because I do not want to buy another one. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.